At least they were supposed to carry out.
Sorry to interject, but more breaking news updates are coming in. Zabihullah Mujahid, the spokesperson of Um-e-Arat-e-Lami Afghanistan, has said that American representatives have contacted Afghanistan during the war with Pakistan. That's the big breaking news development coming in now, that the Americans are now also getting involved in the conflict. That's the big breaking news break that we are getting. Zabihullah Mujahid, who is the spokesperson of Um-e-Arat-e-Lami Afghanistan, has said that American representatives now are contacting Afghans during the war with Pakistan. He also said that in an interview that he had received some messages from American representatives during the war which aimed to try to reach a ceasefire and end the fighting. Now, Mujahid also added that the war did not last long enough to require mediation by major powers like the United States. According to him, now the efforts of Qatar and some other countries paved the way for a ceasefire situation and an end of the conflict between Afghanistan and Pakistan. He further thanked all the countries that expressed sympathy and cooperation with Afghanistan during the war. So that's the big breaking news development coming in. No secrets there. Gursimran joining me live on the broadcast that Pakistan once again ran to the Americans and Americans attempted, Gursimran, to contact the Afghans for a ceasefire. But until then, Qatar and other nations had already mediated. What does this tell us about the evolving situation between Afghanistan and Pakistan?
See, it was very clear from the very first day that when negotiations started that there will be a U.S. role, and yes, it was very clear that Pakistan ran to the United States to seek their help, to their intervention, so that the hostilities along the Durand line can be contained. And now Zabihullah Mujahid, the spokesperson for the Afghan government, has said that it was the Afghan representative that contacted him, that spoke to the Afghanistan government during the war. He said that since the war was not long-lasting, there was no need that the U.S. needs to be involved, because the Qatar and Turkey and Saudi Arabia, they have played important role in the ceasefire and to end the conflict. So we're very clear that the U.S. that has been acting as one of the plea hearers for the Pakistan was once again reached upon by Pakistan, because Pakistan was suffering a lot when it comes to the Durand line hostilities, and there many of the vital posts were also captured by the Afghan Taliban. So now the situation for the Pakistan was like they needed any friend, and then they ran to United States, which contacted the Afghanistan side, but Afghan, they actually went by the side of Qatar, Turkey and Saudi Arabia, and then reached upon a permanent ceasefire, at least for the time being.
Gursimran, do tell us also about the evolving situation between Afghanistan and Pakistan now that US mediation talks were also being attempted at that point of time. In the last 24 hours, we have seen significant escalation by the TTP in Pakistan, beg your pardon, and at the same time the situation continues to remain tense. What are you picking up from your Afghan sources?
See, the internal situation, we have seen 10 attacks have been carried out in the last 24 hours. If we take this to 48 hours, it's 22 attacks that have been carried out by Taliban Pakistan, and this also includes taking hostage the Punjab cops there and also taking their weapons. So this is very clear that TTP is not coming to an end. And when it comes to the border hostilities between Pakistan and Afghanistan, they have, for the time being, these hostilities have come to a cessation. But yes, the next meeting that is going to take place on 25th of October will decide the fate.
All right. Next meeting on 25th of October, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be closely tracking the details coming in.